And we're back in the parking lot. So we're looking at this guy here. So came out here on a PM and found that it was flat on refrigerant. So they asked us to go ahead and do a leak check. There's 0 refrigerant in there, so I'm pressuring it up with nitrogen. So we're gonna see if we can find this leak. So here we go. That, but right there looks like somebody repaired a leak prior. We got about 48 psi in there right now, but I'm not hearing anything. I just took the lid off, so we're gonna go ahead and just kind of look here. Obviously this coil needs to be cleaned. See if we can see any like signs of oil or something. Our old leak is right about here. But look at, there's a bunch of crud right here, so maybe our leak's there. I'm gonna go ahead and try to put some more pressure in here. I don't hear anything, I don't see anything. Got no bubbles. So we're gonna go ahead and check the indoor coil. It is a Lennox, so let's go check that. So this is CU number 1, and of course it's connected to furnace number 2. So let's find that furnace. All right, well, I got nothing. We're gonna go ahead and check the Schrader cores and the service valves. All right, so I had to go get some more Cal Blue. I ran out. They changed the container. Look at that. So I don't like Big Blue. I feel like this stuff is gooier, so it works better. Big Blue is a little more watered down, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. But anyway, they changed the thing. The one thing I didn't like about it is the old one. I kept breaking it, so I had to move it into a different container. Finally ran out, so got a new one. Anyway, I found out that my suction line hose was leaking. The gaskets all tore up, so I did lose about a psi. So that's what our new starting pressures are at. We're gonna let it chill. I'm thinking that maybe the leak is in the Schrader core of the service valve. Okay, well, we got a leak there on that service valve. I don't know if that would be the one though. I mean, the cap was on there pretty good. For it to completely leak out all the way, I don't know. Okay, so I cranked the cap back on and it's still leaking, so maybe that's our spot. Look at that. Yeah, I'm still getting bubbles. Let me see if I can crank it down some more. Yeah, look at that, it's still leaking. Yeah, so that may have been our leak. So we're gonna quote out a new service valve. I could put Nylog on there, but yeah, I don't know. This thing is so old. I think it'd be better to just change the whole valve. All right, it's super windy today, so we'll see how this goes. We're flowing nitrogen through the system. Okay, we're just purging out any air. Alright, so this is our new one. So the box came wet, so I'm going to blow this out with nitro. There's like some debris in there, so I'm going to blow it out really good. Okay, I found another cool use for this pliers wrench. When you're lazy and you don't want to have to heat it up, you can just use this to make it. Look at that. That works really well. Heck yeah. Alright, we're at 303.4 and 302.8. And it's been about 18 minutes, so I would say it is good. We're gonna let the pressure out, get our vacuum started. Alright, so I'm back. We're at 141 microns. How much refrigerant to charge? Oh goodness, I don't know. But thankfully, we do have a model and serial number there. If you go to Lennox Pros, we can find our specs here. So we can see that it's R22, and this is our 5-ton, which is a 060. So it holds 8 pounds, 2 ounces of R22. We have MO99. Charge is gonna be about the same. I'll probably put about 8 pounds, and then we'll see if we need to add or remove from there. Look at how dirty that oil is. Ugh. And I just put a new charge of oil in before we started this. So this unit had a lot of nastiness in it. So I'm gonna valve these off and see if we can hold our vacuums to make sure that we don't have a leak. All right, so we're gonna let this hold for about 10 minutes. All right, so it's been about like 8 minutes or so, and we stopped about there. So we're gonna be putting in some MO99, also known as R438A, I believe. Yeah. So we're gonna put in about 8 pounds. We'll let the system run, and then we'll just have to kind of adjust the charge as we go. So I've already got all my hoses purged. We got this closed off, so we'll go ahead and pop this off, and we're gonna just drop as much refrigerant as we can into the liquid line through our liquid line here. Okay, and then we're gonna purge any air between the valve and here. So go ahead and open that up. All right, and we need to reset our, man, it is windy. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and dump in our charge. All right, so we got our 8 pounds in there. I'm gonna fire it up and check the charge. It's gonna suck today because it's so cold and windy. So here we go. Hopefully it starts up. I don't even know if this compressor works. No, compressor works. Cool. So we'll let her run for a bit, and then we'll check our charge. Alrighty then. So we got her charged up. She's running around 50 psi on her suction. That's a 32 evaporator. We got 38 on our suction line, pipe temp. So we got about a 5-degree superheat, 20 degrees subcool. This does not have a TXV, so I've probably overcharged this a little bit. It's hard to tell because it's like 54 degrees. I'm going to recommend that I come back during the summer and recheck the charge, but she seems to be operating okay. She's cooling inside. Amp draws are much better. They were at 17. The max on this is 25, so I usually like to see about 5 amps below, usually, but it looks like it's actually under a load, so that's good. So I think we're good for now. We're gonna have to come back and double check this thing because now I have no superheat. So anyway, well, I hate using conversions. I always recommend putting in the same refrigerant it's designed for. But it was 8 pounds of R22, which is ridiculously expensive right now. And they didn't want to replace the unit. So anyway, hopefully this helps you out. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment, tell me what a horrible technician I am. Hit that bell notification and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And if you like the tools that I use, you can pick them up on my Amazon store, or you can click on the links on the screen. And if you want work socks from Camel City Mill, use Nighthawk 10 to get 10% off. Thanks for watching.